You saw that title and something inside you stopped. Not because it was interesting, because it was familiar. Because somewhere in your spirit you already felt it before you ever clicked. That strange, unexplainable shift that happened recently. That subtle but undeniable change in the atmosphere around your life that you could not put words to but could not ignore either. Something felt different. Something felt like it moved, and you needed to know if what you were sensing was real. It is real. Stay with me until the end of this message, because what I am going to reveal to you about what shifted, why your enemies can already feel it before you can fully see it, and what it means for everything coming next in your life is going to be the confirmation your spirit has been waiting for. Drop an amen in the comments right now if you felt something shift recently and could not explain it to anyone around you. Like this video, because this confirmation needs to reach every chosen one who sensed a shift but was starting to wonder if they imagined it. And subscribe to this channel, because what moved last night is only the beginning of what God is releasing in this season, and you need to be positioned for every word that follows. Let me tell you what actually happened. There are moments in the spirit that do not announce themselves with dramatic signs or visible evidence in the natural realm. Moments where something fundamental changes in the unseen world that governs everything visible. Moments where a legal standing shifts, where a spiritual position changes, where something that was being held back is suddenly released, and something that was being allowed is suddenly revoked. Last night was one of those moments for you. Not for everyone, for you specifically. Something that had been operating against your life, something that had legal standing in the spirit to delay, to block, to confuse, and to resist the movement of everything God had promised over your life, lost that standing. The case that the enemy had been building against your breakthrough, the access he had been using to keep certain doors closed and certain chains in place, was revoked, canceled, stripped of every bit of authority it had been operating under. And the moment that happened, the atmosphere around your life changed. You felt it, maybe as a sudden lightness after a long season of heaviness, maybe as an unexpected peace that settled over you without an obvious natural explanation, maybe as a quiet but certain knowing that something was different without being able to identify exactly what had changed. Maybe simply as the feeling that something was finally over without being able to name what it was. That was not your imagination. That was your spirit accurately perceiving a shift that was very real and very significant in the realm that determines everything that happens in the natural one. Now here is the part that is going to shift your perspective completely. Your enemies felt it before you did. This is how the spirit realm works, and understanding it is going to change the way you read the behavior of the people and forces that have been positioned against you. When something shifts in your favor in the spirit, the first ones to register that shift are not always you. They are the ones whose assignment against you was operating in that space. Because when the legal ground beneath an assignment against a chosen one is removed, the ones carrying out that assignment feel the ground disappear beneath them before the chosen one even fully understands what happened. Think about what that means practically.
The people who have been operating against you, who have been comfortable in their opposition, who have been moving with a certain confidence because they believed they had the upper hand, are suddenly feeling something they cannot explain, a discomfort they cannot name, an anxiety about you that has no obvious new cause, a sudden awareness that something about your situation has changed in a way that threatens everything they thought was settled. That is why certain people in your life have been acting differently recently. The ones who were dismissive are suddenly paying attention. The ones who were comfortable ignoring you are suddenly aware of you in a way they cannot justify with anything visible. The ones who wrote you off are quietly reconsidering, not because you did anything new or said anything different or made any dramatic move that forced them to recalibrate, but because the shift in the spirit has already changed the atmosphere around you, and people who are spiritually sensitive, even when that sensitivity is operating against you, can feel that change before it becomes visible. They know something moved, they just do not know yet what it means for them. They are about to find out. Let me tell you what the shift means specifically for your life going forward, because this is what you came here for, and I want to make sure you leave with it fully. What was blocked is now unblocked. The specific areas of your life where you have been pushing against invisible resistance, where effort and faith and prayer have been producing far less than they should, where things that should have been straightforward have been inexplicably complicated, those areas are about to experience a freedom of movement they have not had in a long time. What was being held is releasing. What was being resisted is being allowed. What was being blocked by something that no longer has the authority to stand in your way is about to begin moving with a speed and an ease that is going to feel almost disorienting after so long of pushing against what felt like an immovable wall. Do not be surprised by how quickly things begin to change. Do not let the speed of the shift cause you to question whether it is real or sustainable. It is both. What moves now moves on a foundation that was being laid during every moment of the resistance, and what was built during the blockage is strong enough to sustain everything that is about to flow through it. What was sent against you is being turned around. Every weapon that was formed against you in this season is not just failing, it is being redirected. The very strategies that were designed to keep you small are becoming the mechanisms through which your elevation is being engineered. The opposition that was meant to expose your weakness is instead revealing your strength to people who needed to see it. The attacks that were meant to silence you are creating the exact conditions under which your voice is about to carry further than it ever has before. God has a way of doing that with chosen ones, of taking what was aimed at them and turning it into the very thing that launches them, of using the enemy's most carefully constructed plan against them in a way that serves the purpose they were trying to prevent. What was sent to destroy you is being reassigned, and what it produces in your life from this point forward is going to be the clearest possible evidence that no weapon formed against a chosen one ever achieves its intended purpose when God decides to move. Drop an amen in the comments right now if you believe that everything sent against you is being turned around for your good. Here's what I need you to do right now in response to the shift, and this is important. Do not celebrate in the wrong direction.
The shift is not an invitation to focus on your enemies and what is coming for them. It is an invitation to focus on your calling and what is now available to you. The moment you make their downfall the center of your attention, you have missed the entire point of what God did. He did not shift things so you could watch them fall. He shifted things so you could finally rise without the resistance that was slowing you down. Keep your eyes on where you are going. Keep your energy on what you are building. Keep your faith pointed toward the destiny that the shift just cleared the path for. The people and forces that were against you will be handled, but that handling is God's assignment, not yours. Your assignment is to use the freedom that the shift just created to move further and faster toward everything that was written over your life than you have been able to in a very long time. Move with urgency. Move with gratitude. Move with the full understanding that the ground beneath your feet has changed and what was impossible yesterday is available today. Father, I thank you for the shift. For the moment last night when something moved in the Spirit over the lives of your chosen ones, for the legal ground that was removed from underneath the assignments that had been operating against them, for the freedom that is now available where resistance once stood. I declare that every chosen one receiving this word moves boldly into the open space that the shift created, that they do not look back at what was against them, but forward at what is now ahead of them, that the speed of their movement from this day forward reflects the removal of everything that was slowing them down. I declare that what shifted last night is only the beginning, that what follows is greater than what preceded it, and that every chosen one receiving this word walks into it with the full confidence of someone who knows that God moved on their behalf and that nothing can undo what He decided to do. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. Something shifted in the Spirit last night. You felt it before you could name it. Your enemies felt it before they could explain it, and now you know exactly what it was and exactly what it means for everything coming next in your life.
The resistance is gone. The blockages are removed. The assignment against your breakthrough has lost its authority. And what moves now moves freely. Like this video if the shift finally has a name today. Share it with every chosen one who felt something change recently and needed confirmation that what they sensed was real. And drop an amen in the comments if you are stepping into the open space that last night created with everything you have. The shift was real, and what comes next is going to prove it.